I don't know how to start this video other than saying, wake up before it's too late. The truth that they don't want you to know about, it's right here. Ladies and gentlemen, patriots, freedom fighters, listen up. What I'm about to tell you, okay, what I'm about to tell you is some messed up shit. They don't want you to hear the truth that is hidden behind the curtains of lies. They just don't. I've been going through some news feeds. I've been sitting here doing some surveillance myself, and I've been just in my head thinking, for decades, our nations, Canada, the United States, they have been slowly, I don't know how to say this, being invaded, not just by, outsiders, cross-borderers, but by shadow elite. The class that, overreaching and, the takeover from behind the scenes, like the Wizard of Oz. See, it's not just about immigration. It's about control. It's about weakening our sovereignty. It's about diluting our nationality, our identity, and turning our countries into a place for the global agenda. And what's their excuse? COVID-19? A global pandemic, they say? Like, come on. Well, what if I told you it was just a big test? A trial run for the mass control so that they're able to implement vaccine mandates, digital ID tracking, surveillance, all under the whole, rue of public health, while they're stripping you away from your fundamental rights and freedoms, and piece by piece. They want us to believe they're helping us. They want us to believe that they're protecting us. But the reality is that they're setting us up. Every lockdown, every restriction, every crisis is a distraction. Look over here while they're doing things behind the curtains. It's a shell game. And to be honest with you, too many of us are falling for it again. We've seen it before. Remember the elections? The scandals in the U.S.? What about with Obama, the shading dealings and the questions surrounding Michelle? Was she even a woman? And in Canada, the unelected officials, appointed rather than chosen, steering our policies, who really controls these levers of power. It's not just people. It's the elite, the globalists, the WEF, the World Economic Forum puppet masters pulling all the strings. Now, I don't want to sound like a big conspiracy theorist, but it's all right there in front of you. You just got to take 2 seconds to go look. They're pulling all the strings in the shadow. And what about the bigger picture here? Almost forgot about talking about this. The supposed Great Reset. They talk about 2030. They talk about transforming society into a cyber collective, stripping us of our rights, our culture, our sovereignty. It's all laid out. A plan for the new world order, as they were calling it back not that long ago. And we're marching straight into it, and people aren't even paying attention to it. Folks, this isn't a conspiracy theory anymore. This is facts. Conspiracy facts. The globalists, the deep state, whatever you want to call them, they've been working behind the scenes for decades with huge amount of funding, huge amount of resources, and now they're moving fast. They don't want us to be united. They want us to be divided, distracted, and disarmed. They want us to believe that they're on our side, but the truth is, they're on the other side of power, control, and profit. It's time to wake up. It's. I know I say it all the time, but it's time to say no more. We the people are the true sovereigns of this land. We must reclaim our sovereignty, our freedoms, our future. Because if we don't, our children won't have a future worth fighting for. And to me, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. The time for complacency is over. The time for reaction is now. And I try to word my wording properly so I don't get in trouble, because I do live in Canada. But we must educate ourselves and refuse to be pawns in their stupid little games. Because if we don't wake up now, it will be too late. And history will remember us either as the generation that stood up or the generation that watched everything just slip away. You know, as I sit here in my car and I'm working, I think about this. People need to start waking up. God bless Canada. God bless the United States. And may we start waking up before it's way too late. I love you guys. Be good.